guys, it's me, Seth Rudetsky. Where's James? Basically, we have a lot of things brewing, and he's working on it. So it's just me today. Should I sit in the middle? All right, here we go. So this is Stars in the House. What is Stars in the House? You may be asking yourself. I'll tell you. Stars in the House is the show we do for the Actors Fund. Actors Fund is a misnomer. Actors Fund is for everybody in the arts. I'm going to change my angle. I hate when I say half the stairs. Anyway, Actors Fund is for anyone in the arts. So everybody on stage, actors, singers, dancers, whatever. Everyone behind the scenes, wig people, musicians, stage managers, assistant stage managers. And then for the TV and film industry, anybody in front of the camera, anyone in back of the camera, catering trucks, literally anybody in the arts can say to the Actors Fund, I need help. They go to actorsfund.org and they say, give me some help. I can't pay my rent. I can't pay my health insurance. And the Actors Fund does it. And by the way, why so dark? At this age, hold on, can I put on a light? Oh, and I got myself shaving. Wow, I'm a mess today. Any to the hoop, you can donate. And $5 is the minimum. So you go to, I was like, even $1 helps. It does not. $5 is the minimum. That's the lowest, turns out, on the website you can donate. So you go to starsinthehouse.com, you donate, and the Actors Fund, literally they said they usually get like 200 requests per week. They're now getting at least 200 per day. And especially now, I don't know if you heard the announcement, but Broadway's not been postponed until September. So everyone that was planning on being paid is not getting paid. And by the way, Broadway means basically anything live. So all live performing, nothing is happening. And people are relying on their checks to pay their rent. Most artists live like check to check. So suddenly people are like, I can't pay my rent, can't pay my health insurance, can't buy food. And they go to the Actors Fund. We started around 9.5 weeks ago, March 16th. And so far we have raised, which is donations like this, literally just $5, $10, $20. We raised $301,000 for the Actors Fund. So let's get even more today. Today's a very special day because it's Friday, and Friday is not only Shabbos, but Friday is also Feel Good Friday, or Sassy Shabbos, as we call it. Here's Blake Ross, our local Jewess. Hi, Blake.
It used to be Sexy Shabbos, but 9 weeks later, I guess we're now just down to Sassy. It's okay.
Yeah, I got to be honest. So, Blakey, what's your latest Feel Good Friday? Make us feel good.
That chair next to you is devastating. Can you please get rid of it? It's like where things used to be.
Have you never had a Seder with Elijah?
Elijah. Hi, Elijah. Good to see you.
Thank you. Okay, go. Tell us what's up.
Speaking of Seders, today is Feel Good Friday, and we are talking to an amazing guy. His name is Lee Brian Schrager. He is the co-founder of the South Beach and New York City Wine and Food Festivals. Now, the restaurant industry, much like the Broadway industry, is going through a terrible time right now. And Lee and the festivals have raised millions of dollars for relief aid for people who work in the restaurant industries. But Lee also is doing something amazing outside of his house in Florida. It is called Putting on the Pounds and is an old school bake sale, which has raised tens of thousands of dollars for relief aid for Southern Florida restaurants and their workers everywhere. So we wanted to bring Lee out, give him a shout out, and talk to him a little bit about what he's been doing with Putting on Pounds. Hi, Lee.
Putting on the pounds, literally. Hi, guys. Hey, Seth. Good to see you.
Hi, Lee.
Hey, good to see you.
I have some photos. Tell me when I should show the photos. Describe what you're doing, and then tell me when.
Well, we started a relief fund probably the third week in March to help the South Florida industry. To date, we've raised $1,600,000 for that relief fund. All of the money has gone to restaurants in South Florida, restaurants and bars. And about a month ago, to keep the fund in the public eye and to keep it going, and because we needed more money, I decided to do a bake sale at my house each Sunday. The first Sunday, we just sold a very famous cookie, one of the artisanal cookies in town called Night Owl Cookies. And literally, we sold out before we even opened. There was so much traffic, we had to open up early. And then we were sold out before start time. The second week, we brought in about 4 or 5 items and sold out. Last weekend, for Mother's Day, we had everything. We had cakes and pies and cookies and fresh flowers for Mother's Day. We had to bring in the Coral Gables Police Department to monitor the traffic and to enforce social distancing. And we had another sellout. So every week we have 4 or 5 great local artisanal bakers, sweet makers, and we have guests, guest friends of mine. So normally people in the news. This weekend we have somebody representing ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and Telemundo. So they come and they make special appearances. Enrique Santos hosted last weekend with me. So from 12 to 2 at my house, we literally have hundreds of cars pulling up. You don't get out of your car. We use a pool skimmer to collect the money. The food is put into your trunk, and we normally raise between $12,000 and $15,000. You can see the food being put into your trunk, or sometimes it's handed right to the passenger. And normally, as I said, we raise $12,000 to $15,000, and oftentimes the money has been matched. So, or sometimes the money is matched 3 times. So what could be $12,000 becomes $36,000. So we're hoping for a big weekend this weekend. We had a little crummy weather last weekend during the Mother's Day sale, but we still sold out, and we're hoping for the same here this weekend. So it's very exciting. And again, 100% of the money goes right back to the community.
So diabetes is obviously not a problem in Florida because everybody's eating these cookies. So thousands of dollars for relief aid. Lee, you've been in the restaurant industry for many, many years. Tell us a little bit about what it's like now for restaurants, particularly small restaurants. Obviously, they're going through really dire times right now. States are starting to reopen a little bit here or there, but tell us a little bit about what's to be expected in the coming weeks and months for restaurant and people who work in the restaurant industry.
Absolutely. Blake and Seth, I just want to take a moment to also plug something we're doing in New York City that just started last week. Actually, it's nationwide. We did something, Seth, you know that I produced a New York City Wine and Foods Festival that raises money for hunger, for the No Kid Hungry and the Food Bank. And 2 weeks ago, we started an at-home cooking series. So tonight at 6 p.m., you'll go online to our website, which is www.nycwff.org. You go to at-home cooking, and tonight you'll take a live class with Giada De Laurentiis cooking. So we're doing that 3 days a week. We have 300 people attending each session, and they've been sold out. So
what's the website?
Cooking. You name it. We have everyone cooking.
No, what's the website?
It's the New York City Wine and Food Festival's website. They had Neil Patrick Harris and his husband cooking, Rachel Ray, Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart's cooking, Jonathan Waxman, Giada De Laurentiis cooking tonight, everybody. And we have some big name. We actually have a few big names coming up, not in the food world, but big A-name personalities who, if you've been following some of them on Instagram, everyone's been cooking. So in the next few weeks, we'll be offering a lot, and it's org, WNYC, if you could change com to org on the website.
Oh, sorry about that. Hold on.
That's okay.
Seth, you and James cook?
I cook for myself because I'm always on a diet, and James has a personal chef whose name is his mother.
Interesting. Oh, great. So,
well, you can't be good in every room of the house, Blake. So, Seth knows what rooms he's good in.
Thank you.
Well, Lee, everything that you have been doing to raise money for the restaurant industry has been absolutely huge. And of course, the bake sales, besides the amazing amounts of money that you've been raising, have brought a lot of joy to people and a lot of pounds to some others. So just in case you feel like relieving yourself of any of those cookies, I'll give you my home address, Seth too. But we just wanted to give a little feel-good shout out to you and everything that you're doing. And also, we like to end these segments with a little bit of music because that's who we are here at Stars in the House. So we have one of my favorite Broadway voices. She make sure your volume is up high because she'll blow you away. The amazing Alicia Umfris. Are you there?
Hi.
Hi, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia.
Hi.
Alicia killed it with this song in On the Town a couple of years ago. It brought the house to its knees every single night, and it just happens to be about cooking. So we thought it might be interesting for you.
It's very appropriate.
Can cook too. On top of the rest, my seafood's the best in the town. Yeah, I can cook too. My fish can't be beat. My sugar's the sweetest around. I'm a man's ideal of the perfect meal, right down to the demi-tasse. I'm a pot of joy for a hungry boy, baby. I'm cooking with gas, 'cause I'm a gumdrop, a sweet lollipop, a brook trout right out of the brook. And what's more, more, baby, I can't cope. Some girls make magazine covers. Some girls keep house on a dime. Some girls make wonderful lovers. But what a lucky find I'd make a magazine cover. I do keep house on a dime. I make a wonderful lover. I should be paid overtime, 'cause I can bake too. On top of the lot, my oven's the hottest you'll find. Yes, I can roast too. My chicken's just stews. My gravy will lose you your mind. I'm a brand new note on the top, but just try me all apart. With a single course, you could choke a horse. Oh, baby, you won't know where to start, 'cause I'm an hors d'oeuvre, a jelly preserve, not in the recipe book. And what's more, baby, I can cook. Yay.
Right? Every time. She's
So
like,
great.
Thank you for everything you're doing, Lee.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Seth, and thank you, Blake, for setting this up. Thanks, guys, for supporting the restaurant industry. It's so important. I mean, there's so many great causes today, but the restaurant industry really needs everyone's help. So thank you so much for having me.
Wow, that was fabulous. Lee, thank you for being here.
Thanks.
please.
Alicia, you've got to come back for a full show. I'm obsessed with your voice. Always
We're
have
already
been.
working on it. We've got to
Thanks. Anytime. I've got nothing to do. So
Excellent. Keep it that way. Blakey Pooh, you'll be back next Friday for Feel Good Shabbos Friday.
Shabbat
Bye,
shalom.
lady. Thank you. That was a great piece. Wow, what a great idea. I mean, hopefully inspires people around the country to start doing stuff like this. Okay, so today we are focusing on a show that was about to open on the Broadway. Let me just see if I have any. Look at this. I have. That's right. Recognize anything? This is the musical version, all about the late, great Princess Diana. So let me call all these fabulous people here. I think this is Prince Charles.
Hey, how you doing, Seth?
Hi, Ro. What's with the exclamation point? I'm obsessed.
I'm just happy to be here. Just really pumped. It's sexy Shabbos, right? So we're excited.
It is sexy Shabbos. And then Erin Davey, who went from a countess to a duchess or whatever you are. Hi, Erin.
Hi.
Great to see you, lady. And then who do I have? I have the stiff upper lip of Ms. Judy Kay. Hi, Judy.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Hello.
Exactly. Always waving, always waving. And then I have Princess
Look
Diana
who's on my
herself.
screen. Oh.
Can you see Jenna?
I'm just quelling. I'm quelling, Seth. I'm
Yeah.
seeing these faces.
And then I have
haven't seen him in months.
hold on, your final portion, you're going to see the composer himself, David Byrne. Hi, David.
Hey, how are you?
I love that you're perpetually at a piano, always writing.
Can't get him away.
Okay, so let me go back. So first, David, who came up with the idea? Who said to you we should write this? Was it Chris Ashley? Was it Joe DiPietro? Were you watching something on TV? What happened?
Yeah, it was Joe DiPietro. Actually, we were. He had said to me, "Hey, what about a musical on Princess Diana?" And I was like, "Okay, write a treatment for it." So he wrote a couple pages. I read it, and I was like, "Wow, I think this could really be great." And that's how it all started. And then we put the team together. Chris Ashley and Kelly Devine as our choreographer. Me and Ivan Draft as a music director. And then we started to get the folks on that side of the screen.
And it's the same, exactly. And it's the same writer and director that you did Memphis with, which won a big fat Tony Award.
That's correct. 2 of them, even.
Sorry. Off my back. Okay, so first of all, Ro, besides the exclamation point, what is the name Ro in the first place? I've never heard of it before. It's so cool.
Yeah, well, it's actually short for my middle name, which is even more complicated, which is Rorig. So my full name is Carl Rorig Hartramp IV, if you can believe it. Gina's
Wait,
laughing.
weren't you on Downton Abbey as a character? What's happening?
I wish. God, call those producers. I'll go on the movie, whatever they need.
Wait, so what is the middle name based on? Is it like your mother's maiden name, one of those people?
It's since I'm the fourth, it goes back like 4 generations. It's my great grandmother's maiden name is Rorig. So it's a lot to go into. It's a whole lot.
It's but it's cool to have a unique name. It's like Cheetah. You're the only Roe on Broadway. So I'll take it.
The last name is so complicated that I try to keep the first name really easy. Just 3
Yeah, I'm
letters.
washing my hands of it.
Major point, we got it.
Okay, so lovely Aaron Davey. I was obsessed with you in Little Night Music. You're so brilliant in that. You were in that, right? You were the Countess. You were the Countess Little Night Music, right? And who are you in? Who are you in this?
Camilla Parker Bowles.
I don't think you're likable, dear. Oh, I mean, it's not your fault.
Right? Am I a villain?
I know. Let's be honest. Well, what's your big song? Get rid of her.
My big song is called "I Miss You Most on Sundays."
Okay, so hold on. Is this you making out with the prince?
Hey,
Absolutely, yes.
That is not cool. Do you not know that he's married to this lovely woman? Jenna, you poor thing.
Hi, it's Gina.
No, Jenna, honey, I can't. I'm already dealing with DeWall. Like that threw me for a loop the first time in my radio show. I can't. Someone's got to have a normal name on the screen. Judy K, thank you for that.
there we
Okay,
go.
so Gina, but
I'm
not spelled
simple.
anything like Gina. But okay, so first of all, when you were on my show, you had the coolest accent. Where are you from originally?
From Birmingham in England.
Birmingham in England.
Birmingham.
And were you one of those people, speaking of Princess Diana, were you old enough to have like watched it on TV when the whole wedding happened?
No, I was like 7
How
when
dare you be that outraged? Be quiet, you. All right, I'm moving on. I remember it. Anywho,
Me too.
no. Judy K, love, you're playing the Queen Mother.
Well, the queen. Yes, she happens to be a mother, but she's not the other Elizabeth. She's the queen that we know now, right?
Look at this. Is this you in this amazing outfit?
I have so many beautiful outfits. I want to get back in them. William Ivy Long did us all proud,
Wow.
and me included. Beautiful stuff. Yeah.
Do you love wearing that, or did you like wearing your rags?
Seth, you love playing ragtime.
I'm obsessed with that show. I had
So you played that.
my God, I can't say I played that show for like a year. It's like the one show that I still my fingers.
I mean,
But I mean, did you like being a struggling immigrant, or do you like to get to wear something really glamorous?
Well, I wasn't so struggling. You know, I was Emma Goldman. I was a hard ass. I was a tough girl. So
Yes,
I got
the
to fight
outfits were not
back.
that fancy.
Well, no, not fancy at all, but they were built like Fort Bragg. They could have done the show without me.
Say no more. So every single Broadway show has been in a different state. You know, some were like just finished tech rehearsals, some just opened, some were about to open like 6. You were in the middle of previews.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always like a horrific time in certain ways because changes are being made. So what was the preview period like for you, Gina?
It was really fun. It was obviously the busyness of previews, and then we kind of went insane on the press side. Like we flew to the Bahamas for a single day on a private jet to perform, and we did shoots where we were wearing jewelry that bodyguards had to come with, and we were doing press events at boutique hotels in suites, and we were really living the life for 2 weeks, and then it all abruptly came to an end.
So that, you know, a lot of people that I've been speaking to, like certain people really knew it was coming. And like the young people, like the young girl in Miss Doubtfire was completely in a state of shock. So did you guys like, Ro, did you think like we're on borrowed time, or were you like, what's happening?
Well, I had a sense that something was going to change for sure. I mean, I think that week we had a big meeting with the folks who run the theater and our producers about stopping backstage visitors and changes to like delivery policies backstage. And it was a tough change because my mother and her entire book club had flown up from Atlanta to see the show that night. So they couldn't get their backstage tour, which was too bad. Hi, Mom. Hi, book club. But I think it's funny, the night before we all got officially shut down, I saw the alert that the NBA had shut down, and I figured the next day we were going to come in and be told that we were going to go on break for a while. But I thought like 2 weeks.
Aaron, what about you?
Did I know it was going to happen? No idea. I mean, maybe the last 2 days beforehand, we were like, oh, we better prepare, but it happened so suddenly. I think that was so hard. So many people didn't get closure, especially the stores that closed.
So Gina, like, what's your mindset? It's so weird when people like you, I feel like you're all on a locomotive, like going towards the Tony Awards, and then suddenly everything stops. Like, how do you sort of, what's your mindset? Like, what, are you still rehearsing the lines? What are you doing?
I mean, I just had to text Alicia after I heard her, like, go girl, like singing now, and go David about to sing. You know, I think we all feel a little bit like if we sang, there'd be cobwebs coming out. But, you know, hopefully we'll get more than 5 days warning and we'll go back into preparation zone.
Speaking of Alicia, Gina, talk to me for a minute, because you guys had such a cool program set up in New York. Talk about that program that you came on my SiriusXM show about. I was obsessed with it.
Broadway Weekend. So since COVID, we moved online and we've hosted over 300 online workshops in the last 8 weeks. We've hosted nearly 15 to 25 weekly workshops, and we're now creating programming for schools and community theaters all across US and Canada.
That's so fantastic. And Judy Kate, being such a veteran of Broadway, were you like, I saw it coming, I knew we were going to cancel performances, or were you like, what?
I was somewhere in the middle of that. I'm a wizened old veteran, but I had a feeling something was coming. I didn't know. We could never have imagined what's going on right now, though. That we'd be shut down for in perpetuity. It feels like, but I am the luckiest of people. I'm in a beautiful place, and I get to wait this out in a really good situation. Of all the people I know, I'm in the best position. But no, we felt it. Then Ro was saying that this was happening and this was happening. Well, also we were not supposed to go out and greet the public after the show. We couldn't sign autographs suddenly. And what do you do when you can't make contact that way? It's very painful. And we were on sort of thin ice, and here we are with everybody else, all these wonderful, wonderful artists, all twiddling their thumbs, trying to figure out something to do like this, like we're doing right now. Connecting.
Yeah. This is from an audience person. I was supposed to see the show in April, and I'm looking forward to the reopening, hopefully in the fall. So obviously a lot of people have not seen it. You only had a couple of previews. Can you give us some highlights? Like, Erin, what was your favorite moment in Princess Diana that you got to do?
Okay.
Was there like a big bitch fight between you and Diana, like a slap fest?
There actually is a number where it's like a fight song.
Yes.
It's like in a boxing ring.
One of the best ever.
Is it a belt off, or is it a soprano off?
It's not soprano off. It's what would you call it, Tina? I don't know. It's kind of like a.
You want the title? Give him the title.
Yeah.
Is it still the main event?
It is.
Yeah.
It's
the. No, I can't give away that one lyric though. No,
all right, don't give it away. Don't give it away. But look, there were people that did see it. Previews were incredible. Yes, yeah. The fight song is one of the best. Okay, now what about you, Charles? You're a little more hunky than the real Charles. Let's be honest. Was there like a let me take my shirt off song?
Well, I mean, I wish, but there was our out of town tryout in La Jolla. There was a scene where I was just in my underwear. But in previews, at least, we had nixed that, so I had a T-shirt on. But maybe we can get a poll going and talk to Chris Ashley about getting the shirt out of the show.
Why did they add the shirt? Was that because there was a certain weight gain between La Jolla and Broadway?
Seth, maybe after quarantine, but definitely not before Broadway debut. Yeah, but they actually it's because in that moment there was another hunky young man on stage that we want to highlight, who was actually in incredible shape, better shape than me, our amazing actor, Gareth Keegan. But they wanted to highlight that Gareth was the sort of sex symbol in that scene, and that Charles was not as much as sexy as Gareth is.
You know what? You can never have enough sex in a musical.
I'm with you.
Thank you. David, you come from the pop world, and there's so many pop people that are so snobby about Broadway. Why did you decide to come crawling back to Broadway?
I don't know about crawling, but my journey started with Joe in actually 2001. I got the script for Memphis, and I was just I'm a songwriter. I wanted to write songs. And actually my publisher said, why don't you try Broadway? He goes, you can get 18 songs covered 8 times a week. I went, I'm in. I love it.
Ah,
So Joe had sent me a script for Memphis. There were some lyrics in there, and I called him up. I said, listen, I hear every song, and I'm also a lyricist. He says, you hear anything else? I go, there's other voices in my head, but we'll talk about that later. And I basically wrote almost all those songs with him in 2 weeks. And
wow.
I just loved it, you know. And then the idea about Diana, the first thing we did was he goes, okay, what do you want to do first? And we wrote a song for the Queen, actually, and it's called An Officer's Wife, because I can write rock and I can write pop, and I wanted to give everybody a musical color. Like Diana would be rock, pop of the 80s, but always modern times looking back. Charles would be very classical. Camilla was like light FM, little acoustic guitar.
96.7.
And yes, and then and the Queen would be regal with the snare drums and very regal.
By the way, you're getting a note from the listeners. We can't hear David. Uh-oh. Why is your laptop 45 feet away from your piano? Maybe move it closer.
No, it's not that. It's the mic. How about this? Is that better?
Hey.
Yes. Your posture is terrific, but the sound is better.
Yeah, hold on. I could turn it up. I just have to turn. It's set for when I play the piano, so I don't blow everybody.
Oh, I see. Hold on. We're getting a note. We got to listen to our listeners. And by the way, Ro, we have some requests. Take it off now. Maybe that wasn't for you. Maybe that was for Judy. We'll talk about it later.
If you Google me on YouTube, there's a couple of performances that you can catch of me singing with the Skibbies that you might enjoy.
Work. By the way, another viewer, I'm literally crying. I love the show so much. I knew the show was going to go to Broadway, and I saw it in La Jolla, and I had to see it first night of previews. I love this cast and the show so much.
Thank you, Kylie.
Love you, Kylie.
David, you're so close to the camera.
I know. I'm trying to do my settings so I can do everything here. It's not easy.
Excellent.
He hasn't got a roadie with him.
Yes.
We're looking at him. I'll just talk closer. I'll talk louder.
Yeah, close talker. Seinfeld.
Exactly.
So has there been...
So I wanted to give everybody a musical voice, and when I did the Queen, her song, we had these regal snare drums, and once Joe saw that we could go down that path, and then we just started writing, and it just everybody has this voice, and the paparazzi are punk rock guitars. And then I had them living on top of each other. It's a very cool score.
What has there been an album made yet, but just not released, or has it been recorded?
I didn't, of all the things of a Broadway musical, I did not think a pandemic was going to come in and shut us down, shut the world down. So everything is in the works, and we will have one. We had a deal. We're all ready to go, except then the world shut down, so we all can be safe.
All right, I have to spend a little time talking to Ms. K. So, Judes, we worked on this album. My God, almost 30 years ago, like 1990. I just got out of college, like 1990 maybe. The Anastasia Affair. Do you remember that?
Oh, Anastasia, yeah, sure.
Well,
I had to sing high on that.
Yes, that's what I want to play. Well, you call it Anastasia. It's so shocking because just by the way, people watching, Judy Kaye's had a career full belter. She was literally Lucy in Your Good Man Charlie Brown and Rizzo, but she's a crazy coloratura at the same time. It's this bizarre. Okay, so listen to how high you sing. This is the end of Act 1. I listen to this over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I listen to just this phrase. I'm obsessed with your high note.
She had that banker and everyone else eating out of her hand and kicked it all over. The perfect Romanov princess, and I created her. Yes, and she has ruined us. Why would she? True, she has wrecked us. How could she? Sick transit, Anastasia.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's so easy. It's just
That was then. Used to be.
okay. It's so fluid and beautiful. So, second thing I want to talk about for a second. So, when you did Carlotta, because I played in that pit for a long time, were you in a rage that your highest note is just buried in some stupid chorus number when you have to hit literally the high E right before Prima
The
Donna?
only thing that enraged me about it was that what's what's his flotch, Andrew was just so obsessed about it that he had to have that note. It couldn't be anywhere else in the chord. It had to be there. In fact, that was the only thing I had to do right to get the job. I had to sing that note, which I was able to do for a year. I mean, I had to squeeze for a year to get that thing out. And then it left. And I went back to being the tenor that I started out to be.
It's the most bizarre thing because everybody's singing at the same time. It's not even the end of a song. It's like a middle phrase. You go Okay, now, by the way, in case people don't know what I'm talking about, I literally found a clip of you actually doing it. Have you ever heard yourself do it? It's you actually going for the E. It's such a waste of a high note. I'm obsessed. Here.
See, those cheeks were.
Hold your head in the chord.
Yep. Yeah.
Why the hell? Okay,
Yeah,
do me a
he's-
favor. Yeah, it's a waste. Go back for a second on the 20th century because I don't know if these kids know the story. You were cast as the maid, basically the assistant to Madeline Kahn's character on the 20th century. You'd already played Lucy in Jürgen and Charlie Brown, and Rizlas, you already played leads. Why did you decide to take an understudy role on Broadway?
Well, I turned it down twice before someone said, "You can't do this again. What if you turn on the Tonight Show some night and the person who took that understudy job is sitting there? You'll be upset." I said, "Okay." So I came and did it, and I showed up the first day with my Wallen sack and my SLR camera. I was like a tourist from Des Moines, and I took the job. And once I took it, I just was having a great time, and I was able to rehearse a lot because Madeline was indisposed quite a bit. So I was ready when it was time. When the phone rang, I was actually ready. So
Well,
went on
people are-
tour and got it.
Yeah, I mean, the story is, what John Cullum told me is that Madeline basically missed a rehearsal and Judy went on and Madeline came back and she said, "How is Judy?" And John said, "She knows all the lines." And then she missed another rehearsal and Madeline said to John, "How is Judy?" And he said, "She has all the high notes." And then the third time he said to Madeline, "Don't miss again." And she wound up basically right after the show opened, she left the show. And shockingly, they didn't go to like Barbara Cook, some famous soprano. They gave the role to you. Did they say at first you're going to take over? Did they say it's going to be temporary? Like it was right after the show opened. I mean, how did that happen?
It was weird. It was crazy, and for me, very wonderful and very otherworldly. I thought because she had missed a lot of shows for an early part of her run and seemed to be having some issues of some sort. I thought perhaps though it had never happened before, that I would wind up doing matinees, but that didn't happen.
Oh, right.
So the phone rang and it was Broadway calling, and crazy. I'll write a book. Okay.
I mean, so I have two clips I want to show. Just first, you, by the way, looking great as a blonde, because a lot of people that dark hair don't look great as a blonde. You look stunning. This is you. Just the voice is so beautiful on the Tony Awards. Take a look. No, that's the second clip. This is the first clip. Oh, so beautiful, man.
Girl. Oh my God, that was amazing.
Okay, but there's more though. So Judy, on the original opening number, there wasn't an obligato. How did you add that obligato at the end of On the 20th Century? Who added that?
I just started fooling around because what did I have to lose, right? And she had stopped doing any of the high notes. She said that Cy had told her she didn't have to do them anymore, and there were all these opportunities in the score to pop this or that, and they weren't that high because the tessitura wasn't that high. The key wasn't horribly high for a young person, for young
She
boys.
adds obligato. She does an arpeggio all the way up, sustains a B, and then pops up to a C. It's like a bird. It's so beautiful. Listen, and it's added. Judy added this. Listen to this. It's so beautiful.
Wow.
It's great.
I mean, like, what do you
Thanks,
think? Like
guys.
hearing that coloratura, doesn't it just thrill you?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was an amazing time in my life. But here we are now. Let's do this show.
I know. Well, you just go from show to show, but that's what I love. You go like, ingenue to like sassy character actors. I just love you just go back and forth. In this show, you're singing soprano. Where's your voice in this show?
It's a mezzo soprano, I guess, lowish mezzo soprano. Thank you, David Bryan. You've given me some of the most wonderful stuff to sing, along with everybody else. I think we all have wonderful moments to shine in the show. But the character of the Queen is so beautifully, the arc of her and the dialogue and the song and the lyric, and I so love doing this. I say it all the time that this is my favorite role I've ever had, but I have to say that this was written for me. This is the first time I've ever been asked. I've been hired to do something that was actually written with me in mind, and that's Joe.
Wow.
Joe DiPietro, and God bless him, and God bless David Bryan, you guys. And I just want another chance to do it some more. That's all.
Well, of course, I just realized because Joe wrote your last Tony Award-winning role. He wrote "Nice Work If You Can Get It," so of course he knows you from that.
Yeah.
Well, it
wasn't written for me, but this was, yeah.
But I'm saying you wrote that. But it is funny about Judy's voice because in Ragtime, it's like he wanted to say, but then again, you were like, Ragtime.
Yeah, I had to audition and see. They wanted to hear how low I could go on that song, so that was the opposite. Interesting, because that was really kind of a tenor, really. Yeah, baritone.
Yeah, Barry tenor, we say. So Gina, what about the pressure? Not since Stephanie J. Block having to play Cher, to have to play such an iconic character. Like, you one of those people that like, I researched top to bottom, or were you just like, I wanted to make her my own? What did you decide to do?
No, I researched top to bottom. Obsessed. I literally had the interviews just playing like recordings in my ears for the whole time we rehearsed in San Diego. Yeah.
And then what about what we kind of know the way she looked, but what did you notice physically about her? Did you try to do like she always had her hands like this? Like, did you do anything physical about her?
Yeah, it was a mix between watching and trying to sort of embody it, and then also really intense training to move with her grace. I think I trained for about 3.5 months before we started rehearsals every day with a personal coach.
To just walk like you're constantly a princess?
Yeah, it's easy just to say stand up straight, but as soon as you sort of like get lost in the moment or belt or anything, you're going to go back to your habitual habits. So it was a total retraining of how I hold my body and how I conduct myself.
And did you have like this was the public Diana and then the private version of her? Was she two different people?
I don't know if she was two different people, but there's definitely the freedom in the private Diana for us to explore more than what she showed.
And someone has a question: how hard are the Gina wardrobe changes?
They're very hard. There's many of them, and on some of them there's 5 or 6 dressers helping me.
Yep.
So I'm literally like a parked car, and someone sticks a water bottle in my mouth and whips my bra up and changes my wig, and I just stand there.
So speaking of changes, Erin Davey, how difficult was it to do? Oh, how rude. Hold on.
We lost her.
Wait.
Come back.
Wi-Fi problem. That is so hilarious. Like Lily as the question begins. But you know what? Speaking of princess walking, a very important question. Did Ro practice prince walking?
Wow. Thanks, Joe. Great question. Not necessarily walking so much, but Charles does have a lot of, sort of signature movements and ticks that he does that I worked on really hard to nail.
So specific. And by the way, this is from Andre. Seriously, everyone's watching. I'm in the ensemble, Diana. There are times when Gina will be standing off stage in those wigs, and I gasp. The illusion is everything. Just saying. Aaron, there you are. I noticed that you left.
Aaron.
Hello. Oh. Your arch enemy.
So, a lot of people know I love thrifting, and I don't know if you know, but Goodwill has an online shopping place. I got this a really long time ago because I had to, because it was on there, and I had every intention of at some point bringing it to the cast and making them sign the box so that we could donate it. So whenever we get back together, that is happening. But until then, I have a Princess Diana doll.
So I was asking because Aaron, you also did Sideshow, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of crazy costumes, what was that like? Were you guys changing at the same time? Weren't you like constantly in matching outfits? Like talk about the crazy changes in that and also having to be linked together the whole time.
We weren't actually linked together the whole time. We had magnets in our underwear.
So do I. Oh, for that. Okay, go on. All right, that's totally not related.
Click together, unclick when we needed to. We did have, somehow I ended up with this. It came home with me and I can't get rid of it. And at the top of the show, we actually did have to put on a bodysuit that had a fleshy link that sewed us together. And so I have like a bodysuit, like 2 bodysuits and a fleshy link. What am I going to do with that?
You saved them?
I have a piece of underwear that we wore in the show. Yeah.
I dare you to wear it to like Broadway boot camp, which is like a weird fleshy link hanging out. I'm just saying. Okay, everyone keeps saying the show must happen. Someone also just asked, any plans, and this is of course more for David, any plans for the show going to London? It seems like the perfect West End show. What's the deal with that?
First, we're going to do Broadway once that opens up, and then first we're going to do Broadway when that opens up, and then we are going to take it from there.
Good answer.
I hear us, yeah. All right, so David, apparently you're going to give us a song from the show, and it's the one where your shirt is off. No, actually, I have no idea what it is. So you tell us. Exactly. Work.
This is when I'm
settle down. It's a song called If, and this is, Gina sings this. It's the last song of the show, and it's all about what would have happened if she was to carry on with her life. So it's all if, like the world, and it's a song of hope, and it's very positive, which was the thing was, how do you make something so sad positive? And Joe and I think, accomplished that, and I can play it for you now.
Okay, I'll leave the cast on. I'll remove myself.
I offer my goodbyes without compromise. Princess moving on beyond the palace stairs, beyond the photographs, fairy tale come and gone. What I shall do again, standing again, is to not make it. Mother cried, the princess by his side, and I finally hers to choose. And I choose happiness, I choose love.
Someone just wrote, I'm so happy to be meeting this cast today. We had tickets to the show March 21st, but hope to actually see it once Broadway opens up again. So that was so nice to get a preview of it when considering there's no cast album. So basically, the end of the story for the viewers out there. So, the cast keep up their day to talk about Broadway and people all over the country, nobody's working. So if you can honor them by making a donation to starsinthehouse.com for all the theaters across the country that are closed, all the TV shows that are shut down, the catering trucks, the makeup people, the wig people, the ushers, nobody's making any money. So $5 is the minimum. You go to starsinthehouse.com. We're over $300,000 so far, so keep it coming. Princess Diana, we can't wait to see you guys on Broadway. Thank you for sharing your afternoon with us. David, you still got it? And
I can't wait to meet
When
you.
did I lose? What do you mean? When did I lose it?
there was a rumor like a month ago on one of the theater chat sites, but then it's all good. So I'm gonna roll the credits. You want to
great.
David, why don't you accompany the credits? I'm gonna roll them. Here, let's see.
I'll do the TV version.
Okay, give us some underscoring. Hold on, I gotta find the credits. There they are, and hit it. Princess Diana!
On Broadway!
Nice place.